Okay, that was a pain in the butt. I realized that I'm trying to basically turn a circle into a square because it's a skirt. And so they're using more of a circular curved shape to the material. So because of that, it gave me issues once I started getting around in the third corner. Oh man, I was having problems. So I did work it out. I'm not going to be able to use that edge to make any cute look to it because I had to just cut pieces to make it fit, to form fit it to the box. So instead, I'm going to have to be creative in, using something else to wrap. As you can see, I pulled the material away. I had a lot of issues. So I have tons of glue trying to pull the material off of it, try again, try a third time. It just would not work. Thankfully, fabric on the glue doesn't just come off, just on its own, doesn't fall away. But if you pull it, eventually it'll give way. But you could have some issues, like, the glue is still kind of adhered to the fabric a little bit. What you want to happen is what happened here is that the glue sticks to the paper material and not the fabric. But there were some small sections where it still got stuck to the fabric. So yeah, but the fabric does kind of peel away. It was just a pain, man. I was struggling, started sweating. But instead, I did remember that it had, because it was a skirt that wraps around, it has ties. It had the ties were actually the same color of the fabric, thank God, instead of that yellow other part of the skirt. So I can use this to just wrap around and conceal the error of my prior ways. And it will go in and cover. So if you can see that, I'm not sure, but yeah, it'll just cover it pretty well on the inside. And it has a nice finish to it and cover up anything as well as match. So I'm gonna do that and then wrap it all up because this should just be straight. There's no like curving to this material. I like this section. I think I'm gonna use this as the front or the other side. Let me see, how does this sits kind of nice, and the edge. So what I ended up doing for the bottom is I cut away the rest of the fabric and it will just be in here, and I have just I used that one side that has that nice edge as a flapper basically, and I'm gonna just cover it as a one piece over it and then do some finagling at the ends. But yeah, that's what I'll do on this section. And I took fabric and wrapped it around. So there's sections that I'm not happy about, like you see a glue spot here, because I was basically turning a skirt which is more circular curved into a square, and so it was a little challenging, but I was able to get it to look okay. And then this is the bottom. Actually, the bottom came out really nice. I just folded over extra pieces so that I didn't have any cut ends, and I did use double-sided tape at the bottom instead of the hot glue gun, because the hot glue gun was just becoming an issue. It was just running through glue. So I think this time I do have fabric tack, and I think I'm going to add some more ribbon to this, and I think I'm going to go with the fabric tack only because it was so messy with the glue gun. I think the glue gun is great for things, but it can be also a hassle because of the dry time is very quick, and then it gunks up. You have to peel it away. It's fast, but it's just sometimes it could be worse than just using other forms of adhesive. So I'm gonna go with the fabric tack this time. So yeah, it does look pretty good, I think. I know it's a hard angle to see, but yeah, it came out pretty nice. I mean, you wouldn't tell it was a Smart Popcorn assortment box. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and reinforce the base, because the items I'm going to put in it are going to be a little heavy, and if they continue to use this box, you know, this way they don't have to worry about the strength of the base. So I'm going to do that. So the bottom of the box should be the 11.75 by 625, and I want to probably trim it maybe a little bit smaller. We'll see. It is a little hard on the mandolin. I'm just sharpening the end here. A little hard on the mandolin, so let me instead use my trusty knife and ruler. But now that I have that marking, I can definitely now straighten up. Cut away, and then there we go. There we go. All right, and then now I did say that's going to be the 11.75 section, and now I need the 6.25. There we go. Oh, it fits perfect. That's good. All right, so what I'm gonna do is glue it on. I think I'm gonna use this glue as well. Just the fact that, you know, we create things out of nothing. Sometimes we save ourselves money, sometimes we actually don't. But we have fun doing it, and it's something that relaxes us and gives us something to do, and we find enjoyment in giving. I think as a people, we love to give, and oh, that feels good. Oh, that's a nice firm base. All right, so that has to, you know, cure a little bit longer, of course, but, and I'm getting a good pressure, but this is nice. I like it. Now it feels like solid. Like, I like that. All right, so I did say I'm gonna choose one side over another for the front, and I think this will be my front. I am considering, I need to iron it first though. I think it has so many like wrinkled edges because it was tied over something. Iron it. Can I iron this? I might need to steam it or low heat. I do kind of want to still add it around the top. And then I do have a nice bow here. Oh man, this is hard to see for you guys. Okay. Here we go. I do have a nice bow that I made with using the We Are Memory Keepers bow maker, and I'll have a separate video for that, but I like this. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So it's coming together. So it'll be more like that at the top of the box. Let me actually, I'm looking at the top instead of showing you the top. Show you the top instead if I can. Here we go. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Or should I put this more towards the center since this will be at the top? The reason why I want it towards the top is because, well, I don't really need to cover anything. Maybe, do I put it at the bottom? The bottom would be nice because there are some sections at the bottom I wasn't happy with. So the bottom might be an idea. Or is that too much? Or should I just not? I don't know. I kind of wanted it up here because I feel like, but it's not the same bow. I mean, not the same material, so they know it's not part of the ribbon of the bow. Maybe. Okay, let me just, I need a moment. All right, so my phone died, but I got it on the charger now. Okay, so I went ahead and wrapped the edges with the gold, and I wrapped the bottom with the ribbon. But I have one more edge to do, so I thought I'd do that now that I have you back. So I am using the Fabri-Tac glue still, and I already pre-cut the edges. The gold bling, I guess you call it. And then I just wrap one side and then the other. My hands got really gummed up with glue because, you know, there's holes. So I decided to flip it onto the self-healing mat or cutting mat, whatever you want to call it. But that way the glue, you know, as I'm putting pressure on it and keeping it on while it dries, it comes off easier on the self-healing mat, and my hands aren't so gummed up with glue. So I do it where I have 3 because I have 7 rows here. So I do it where I have 3 on one side. I try to keep 1 in the center and then 3 on the other side. And then now that it's sitting on there, I will put it on there and just, I have my hand inside the box. I'm just adding more pressure to it as it's drying. The Fabri-Tac glue does take longer, of course, to dry. So, you know, I was here for a bit before I was able to get it where, you know, they were all on and, you know, not coming up. So, well, once it's on, which is why I like using the Fabri-Tac glue for fabric items or you know, other materials other than paper, because it's a mess and it gets like goopy and stuff like that, but it works. It looks good on there now, and I think now, I mean, it did cover all the, not all, but most of the imperfections. I think it looks really good. I'll have to give you guys a better view. Let's see if I can zoom out more. Oh, you get to see my little messy area, but you also get to see, ooh, I bumped the camera. You also can see more of the box here. And I think it looks nice. This is the top, so let me turn it for you. The top, this is the base. Looks nice, you know, not too shabby, I think. But yeah, I like that. Let's go ahead and see if I can get that bow on. And I think I also found this piece. Friend, I had a little pack of them. I think I have, what, 2 more. It's laser cut craft words, and so it's out of chipboard, and it's a nice finish. I think they did nice in that they didn't make it just it's not just flat color. It does have a distressing of some sort at the ends, so it's not a raw end. It looks nice, I think, and so I was thinking I could do that onto it as well. All right, so I do have some of the Tim Holtz Victorian Velvet Distress oxide, and I'm thinking maybe I can color it with that. Let's see, I'll just do a little test. I do have 2 more pieces. I'll test the back, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna put some on the back, and it looks more white than pink. So I don't know about that, because it is a light pink. And if I go into it, well, if I go into it more, it does look more pink. So if I do the bow here, oh, that's the back side. Do the bow up here, and then I put the friend, like, I guess here. Gosh, it's hard for you guys to see. It's just the box is so tall. Do that, and I should probably try to get the bow on now and let that dry, because I'm gonna use the fabric tack glue, which, okay, here it is. I had it laying flat so that it would, you know, come out a little bit easier. Let's get that on there on the base. Just adding that to there. Okay. And putting the top roll off till I heard it. Okay. Here we are. Turning a little bit. There we go. Alright. And I think that might be it for the fabric tack glue. Oh no, not really, because of the friend. So I'm gonna get that bow on there, and then hopefully it'll be good and dry by the time I get the friend on. And then oh, it looks nice. I do like how it's coming out. Okay, so instead of using, I mean, I might use it just to get like a color on first. Can you see? Okay, let's see. I might use it to get color on, and then I'm supposed to use I like using a laminated sheet when I'm doing distress, because it comes out better. I mean, I can wipe it off with inks when you're distressing or inking anything. It's just a plain laminated sheet, and this way I can let's get like a base on, and then, oh, that looks cute. I'm looking at it my angle for let's put this backwards. All right, here we go. Yeah, that looks good. Very cute. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then I'm going to, I don't know if I dry it and then try doing another layer. Let's see. With that, oh yeah, that does work actually. Okay. All right, it does come out. I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, you can. So you see here, it's a little more muted. And then here's a little bit brighter, more true to the color. So let's just keep adding another layer. And then for me, I'm gonna turn it just so I can get it on this side. Not get it all over my fingers. Oh yeah, this looks nice. Okay. Man, I tell you, these Tim Holtz oxides and distressing inks, you know, I try to go cheap sometimes. I try to go cheap and get like something else because they're not, but these last. Like, oh, I don't remember when I bought this. This was, does it say when it was made? Oh gosh, I got this so long ago, pre-COVID. Gosh, I don't even remember. And no, it doesn't have a made date or any oh, it says 2/18 made in the USA. So they're they, you know, your copyright or whatever, it says 2/18 on here, so it would have to have been after 2/18. So I guess 2/18 2/19 I got this, and we're in 2025 and it's still rocking. And I use this thing. It's not like I don't. You saw my little pad, and I use the same one each time. For this one, and I'll take it off and use a different color. But it works so nicely. So yeah, I'll let that dry. Letting the bow dry, so we're just letting a few things dry. Yeah, that ribbon's on there. That thing is not moving. All right, yeah, everything looks good and dry. So I'm gonna add that friend now here on the box. So let's get that Gravitech glue again. Oh, and then I guess that's it. That's the end. Oh, it's sad. I mean, I do have, like I said, I have that tumbler. Oh, I have to wait and see if the package was delivered. Probably not, because it's a Sunday, and even though Amazon says they'll deliver it, they're like, yeah, it's coming today. Always I get the, oh, it was delayed, we pushed it back one day on a Sunday. I'm like, I bet it was delayed. Like, we probably have less people who want to work on a Sunday. But then, you know, don't tell me. I'm trying to see if I get it positioned straight. I'm gonna pick it up. Okay, now a little bit off. See if I can get it, maneuver it just a touch. Okay, yeah, that's good. So I'm going underneath with my hand and adding pressure. And because I'm adding pressure, I'm also checking my hand to see if the ink is dry, and it is. I don't see any ink on my hand. That's good. It might fade over time, but yeah, it looks good. Oh, it looks so good. It's such a cute box. Of course, I'll have to add pictures. I have to fix the bow and add pictures and stuff so you all can see it better. All right, yeah, so that's going to be the end of this series, mini series, I guess, of creating the gift box. Oh, I like it so much. Like I said, I'm going to include some pictures of it. Yeah, I had so much fun doing it, and I appreciate you all sticking in here with me as I go through this journey, creating this little gift box from scratch with whatever I have on hand. So I just, you know, want to encourage you to use, you know, your fabrics and things you have. Maybe you don't like to wear it anymore, or maybe it's going out of its time of life. But if you can wash it and it still has no stains and things like that, it looks still good. It's just not something you would wear anymore. If it's a fabric that you think looks beautiful, has a nice pattern, you can use it and stuff like this. I've made and I'll include other videos later on. I plan to upload a video of a baby brag book that I used I did it a couple times, I believe, but I think I only filmed once, of a baby Bragg book, that a grandma Bragg book, basically, of her little grandchildren. And I made the outside with the fabric. It was a dress that I had to retire, and I loved the fabric of the dress. It was beautiful, but I just couldn't wear it anymore. It was old, and so I cut up the pieces that were the best parts and used it, and she loved it. So, you know, just use your material, use what you have, add a little extra touches here and there. None of this was expensive, Dollar Tree items mostly. Other things are reused. So thank you again so much for sticking with me with this journey. Please like and subscribe, and that really helps me out. And put any comments of any projects you've created, or you could always send me a DM on Instagram at Scrappy Axe. But thank you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.